Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. My name is CAS and today I'm bringing you a very special episode. So I've decided to try out a mix of the Legacy Challenge and the Rags to Riches Challenge. So I've enjoyed playing The Sims 4, of course, with a lot of mods because The Sims 4 is quite boring at times, but I've decided to go ahead and start a Legacy Challenge. I think that will create a very nice balance between Ooblets and Stardew Valley, which are basically farming games. All three are simulation games, but at the very least, The Sims 4 is more of a storytelling type game, which I'm very excited about. So I'm mixing three different challenges all into one. I'm not using all of the rules of each of the challenges, but one of them is the main one. But let me go over the different challenges, and I will link these challenges and their creators, etc., in the description. So the first one that I want to talk about, which are kind of like the bones of the challenge, is the Legacy Challenge Lite Edition. And that is from the simslegacychallenge.com. So, you know, it's just letting you know that you need to be in a, once you create your sim, which is what I'm doing right now, you can go ahead and move them into a 50 by 50 lot of my choosing. And you can do an extreme start by just starting out with $0, which is what I'm going to be doing. The normal one is to start with 1,800 simoleons, but I'm starting with 0 simoleons. With seasons, you could have the added challenge for to start the sim in winter, but since I'm using the, I believe, Little Simsy save, I just went with that because I really dislike the Maxis lots that are available in the base game. So I decided to use that Simsy save, and I want some cute characters, for my sim to meet. So the succession laws, I think I'm just gonna do with a female character, or maybe the firstborn child. That's something that we can definitely go ahead and discuss in the first episode, or when she does get a child right in the game. So there's some basic rules, right? No cheats, hacks, or mods that might give me an advantage in the challenge over someone that does not use them. I have a couple of mods, such as the Wonderful Whims mod that adds an attraction system to the game, so that does not give me an advantage. That actually makes it a little bit difficult to have specific sims be together. So that's pretty interesting. I also have a banking and bills mod, which makes it so that before you are able to move into a lot, you have to set up the bills in the lot, which means that if I'm starting with an extreme start, then I'm gonna struggle like real bad. So there's a couple things like that, like you may not utilize an anti-aging item, but only like once in the lifetime. You cannot change the sim's current aspiration. You may not bring a sim back from the dead, etc., etc. So that's kind of like the bare bones of the Legacy Challenge. Now, the big Legacy Challenge that I'm using here is the Life Goals Legacy Challenge from Shamrock Simmer on Tumblr, and I will again link that down below. But her kind of pitch for it is that one of the most forgotten features in The Sims 4, in her opinion, is the aspiration system. Most of the time, you just slap one on that fits a sim character and never acknowledge it ever again, which is completely and utterly true. So she made a 12 generation Legacy Challenge based around them. So here is the thing: the normal Legacy Challenge is only 10 generations. This one is a 12 generation Legacy Challenge. And she did a couple of different things, and super exciting. So basically the rules for her challenge is, it does not follow any of the traditional Legacy rules. One thing is that you cannot take money from a sim that moves in with you. So if you get married and he's like incredibly rich, or she's incredibly rich, they're incredibly rich, you cannot get that money from them. And you know, all heirs must complete the aspiration, career, and skills listed for them unless otherwise stated. So that's gonna be so exciting for me. So let's go over our first gen sim, and then we can go over the second gen sim once we get there. So basically, Gen 1 is the troubled musician. So it says you've dreamed of making it in the music industry for years now, but nothing has ever worked out. Maybe you could turn your sorrow into songs. And her aspiration has to be a musical genius. She has to have a gloomy, creative, and music lover traits. And some of her things that she's going to have to do is complete the musical genius aspiration. She must reach level 6 of the entertainer career while in the musician branch. She must quit her job when she reaches the level 6 of the career to pursue writing songs as her sole profession. One of the things that I'm not going to follow is to live in the San Myshuno arts quarter for her entire young adult life, because I'm going to be using the other legacy challenge as that part of it, where she's going to have to live in a 50 by 50 lot. She must reach level 10 of the singing skill and at least level 5 of the guitar and piano skills. One thing that I'm unsure of is partake in the karaoke competitions every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday in the Planet Honey Pop karaoke bar at least once a week. So the thing that I'm unsure of is maybe I'll do this like once or twice a week and make an event out of it, like once every 2 in-game weeks, basically, and kind of edit this to be a karaoke bar where she's living at, which I believe is Willow Creek, but I'm not completely sure as of yet. And you know, kind of goes over the rest of the generations, which I will not go over right now. But basically, the next part of the challenge is the the rags to riches challenge. So this one is the big one. So this one is the you know, the point of this challenge is for each simmer to get the sim of their choice from living in rags all the way to the riches. So one of the main goals of this challenge, right, is that there's some mandatory steps that the sim has to take, right? So basically, one of the mandatory steps, right, is before we can go ahead and complete the main goals of this challenge, we must meet the qualifications listed here. So mandatory steps for building a home. She must have a level 5 in the handiness skill and level 3 in logic. So before she can even put down a wall or anything on the lot, she has to have level 5 handiness and level 3 in logic. And she must pay a fine of $500 or 500 simoleons to the city for noise disturbances before she begins building. Now, you are allowed to go ahead and get items that your sim can carry to be allowed to be set down or used on our own lot. So basically, like the tent, that's where she can sleep, because that's something that she can put in her inventory. There's a specific shower that came with outdoor treat that is also part of that she can use, because that is part of, you know, having it in her inventory. There's a couple of different things, of course. So that's going to be extremely interesting. There's other things that we're going to go over in the actual first episode that of the legacy that have to do with like money and things that she needs to, the way that she can earn money, etc. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. But anyway, I'll leave the episode or the video here, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you are as excited as I personally am, because I literally cannot wait to start this challenge. I've had this recorded for a while now, and it just needs to happen. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!